Okay, hello YouTube. This is just a very brief intro into my first ever video. It's shaky. There's a lot of but I'm going to learn as I go along and hopefully not bore you all too much. So enjoy. Good morning YouTube. I am off to the first car boot sale of the year. It is. I'm just going to flip the camera so you can see. Oh no, I can't flip the camera without cutting myself off. Anyway, it's a very foggy morning. It's cleared slightly while I've been lurking around the house in my pyjamas, not being brave enough to get up and come out. So yeah, it's not quite as foggy as it was when I woke up at 7, and I kind of persuaded myself that it was safe to wait until 9 to go to the car boot sale. I'm not being an early bird because it's the first one of the year and surely everybody else will also be staying in bed. Could be wrong, could have missed hundreds of wonderful bargains, but anyway, I meant I could stay in bed a bit longer. I've listed a couple of things this morning, so I haven't completely wasted my morning. And yeah, it's now 9 o'clock ish, and I am off to the car boot sale. Wet and grey morning, very moist out there. So yeah, I'm not going to film while I'm there because well, it's awkward, isn't it? Carry your phone as well as your bags and trying to actually buy things, which is after all the whole point of the thing. I sold another baby. Oh, I should put some lights on. Sold another baby comforter last night, Mickey Mouse one that I'd paid. I think I paid 99p. It may have been 50p. I think it was 99p in the charity shop, and that sold last night. I had it on for $14.99. Lady sent me an offer of 10. I went to $11.80 because I always have $3.20 postage. So my usual jump is, unless they've sent me a ridiculous offer, my usual jump is to the next bit that will make the postage round up, because I tend to think that people like to pay a round number. So I went to $11.80. She wasn't having it. She came in at 11. We settled on $11.50, and for something that I paid 99p for. Yeah, not complaining about that. So yeah, baby comforters. Who knew there was such a market? I am. Yeah, it's not something that existed when my children were small. You comforted them by giving them food, or smacking their asses if it was necessary. Not that they found that particularly comforting, but you know, it comforted me. So baby comforters, baby toys. There's a good market. Again, it surprises me that people will pay reasonable sums of money for second-hand baby toys when new baby toys aren't particularly expensive. But ours is not to reason why. Ours is just to eBay or die. That's a cheerful way to round off my little bit of filming. Anyway, I am going to concentrate on driving, and I will be back later to show you what I've picked up. Hopefully I've picked something up. Okay, bye for now. Well, okay, just pulling away from the car boot now. Just been posting on a thread in the UK resellers group, in which a lady says that she's already been here before me this morning, but she said she didn't buy anything. No, I bought a few bits. It wasn't great. In the summer, this can be a huge car boot sale. They've got 2 large barns, a huge courtyard, and then it goes winding around the back and everything into the car parks. But in the winter, it's just tends to be the same old traders week after week. Although there were a couple of I like the amateurs. You know, that's my bread and butter stuff comes from the amateur people who are just having a clear out of their stuff. They don't really know its value. To them, it has no value. It's just old junk. And obviously, as Nick Hills will tell you, tat is where it's at. I got a couple of Le Mans toys. I'm sure I recall somebody saying recently that the Le Mans Octopus goes well, but I've just had a quick look on Completed and Sold and can't find anything very outstanding. But I didn't pay very much. I paid £1. It's huge, so even if it turns into a tenner, that's good profit. I got a pair of Jules children's wellies. They need some cleaning up, but they should pull in 10 to 12. I got a very nice pair of inline roller skates. They look like they've been barely used, and they seem to get a good return on those. some stickle bricks, because somebody mentioned those recently. Stickle bricks, I haven't seen those since I was a kid, and there they were. It's funny, you tell yourself you'll look out for something and suddenly there it is. I got another Mr. Potato Head, so hopefully I've got enough for a small bundle now. The one that I bought the other day just had one ear missing, and I thought it was a bit odd to sell him with a missing ear. Yeah, nothing very exciting. Some books, some CDs, the Tweenies DVDs because they seem to be popular. An Ollie and Nick handbag, which I thought was going to be worth more than it looks like it is, and a couple of Baby Bjorn baby carriers, which I've had fairly good success with. I tend to pick them up for £1 or £2, and they sell for about 18 to 20. So yeah, nothing I've done. So I've found a folio edition of a children's book. Folio books usually sell okay, although it doesn't have a slipcover. Yeah, nothing to get excited about, nothing to make a song and dance about, but all reasonably good bread and butter stuff. It would be nice, wouldn't it, to go to a car boot seller, find something for £1 and make 100, but I think for me that's few and far between. I don't dabble in antiques. I'm tight-fisted, so I don't like to pay more than a couple of pounds for things. I'm reasonably happy paying £1 and making 10 or 20, whereas less happy paying £10 to make 50. And I know that sounds really silly because, you know, that's a bigger profit, but it's also having that money tied up in something that if I've got it wrong, just sits there, doesn't sell. I've got a couple of things that I was braver on and spent a bit more, and they're just sitting in my stock and not shifting, and I'm reducing the price gradually and watching we're coming further and further down to where I just about break even. And the stuff that I buy that's £1 or £2 seems to shift really well. God, I'm exciting, aren't I? I'm on my way to Halfords now because I have apparently no reverse light. My bulb's gone in my reversing light, and also in one of my ordinary driving lights at the back, one of my rear lights. So I'm off to Halfords to get them replaced, and then home to take a picture of my bits and bobs to pop on the group. Not my bits and bobs, picture of my purchases to pop on the group. It's not that kind of group. And then listing this afternoon. I think listing and tidying the stock. So I will catch up with you all later on. Bye for now. So I thought I would just take you quickly through what I bought this morning at the car boot sale. This is the Ollie and Nick handbag that I mentioned when I was driving earlier. I paid £4 for this. I thought it was going to be worth a bit more than it. I think I might get 10 or 12, but it's brand new. It's got all the stuffing inside. Still got its tag on. So yeah, £4. Got a bit of dirt here, but that'll come off. A pair of Jules wellies. I paid £2 for the wellies and a Roald Dahl book. So these are filthy, but they're wellies, they're clean. Oh dear, tell what that's the James and the Giant Peach book. The Wenlock, which I believe some of them are worth something, but I believe if I can work out which ones. Wenlock, and the 2 Tweenies DVDs, and the BFG. That little collection was £2 altogether. I got a couple of Lamar's toys, the musical dog and the musical octopus. I paid £1 each for those. Then there's the Mr. Potato Head was £1. The stickle bricks were £2. There's quite a few in the box. The Baby Bjorn carriers were £1 each. One's in better condition than the other, but they'll go through the washing machine and we'll see how they come up. Rather grubby comforter that was 50p, but again, it'll go through the washing machine. A folio edition of A Child's Garden of Verses. Again, 50p. That's good for a folio book, although it's a little bit battered just on that top corner. Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone for 40p. And I think the bargain of the day is going to be the inline skates, which I paid £4 for. And just looking online, they seem to be €75 new, which I think is probably around about 60 quid these days, isn't it? And so they should easily bring in 20 to 25, maybe 30, because I don't think they've been barely used. So I'm off to put the Baby Bjorn carriers and the comforter into the washing machine, and then it's listing. I want to clean the wellies, clean the wellies. Bye for now. Okay, so thank you for sticking with me. Thanks for watching that. Please leave a comment below if you have anything you think will help with my content or my presentation. And hopefully I'll be back with another video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.